When the AC dies and the heat moves in, ice won't save you. It melts too fast. The fan just moves hot air and the water runs out. But your body is a cooling machine that runs on sweat and smart physics. Here's how to keep it working. Let me show you how to survive the heat using nothing but science, trash, and the stubborn refusal to cook alive in a world that doesn't care. Method 1. Dress like the desert knows something you don't. Loose, light-colored, long sleeves. Sounds backwards, right? You're hot, so strip down. Wrong. Dead wrong. Your skin in direct sunlight becomes a solar panel for heat. Cover it. Bedouins figured this out centuries ago. They wear robes in 120-degree heat because fabric creates a microclimate. Air flows between the cloth and your skin, carrying away moisture. That's evaporative cooling, your body's AC unit. Tight clothes trap sweat against you. No airflow means no evaporation. No evaporation means you're marinating in your own heat. Light colors reflect sunlight. Dark colors absorb it. Physics doesn't care about your fashion sense. And here's the part nobody thinks about. Wet your clothes. Not soaking, just damp. As water evaporates from the fabric, it pulls heat away from your body. You're basically wearing a swamp cooler. A bandana around your neck, a shirt dunked in water, even socks on your head. You look insane, you stay alive. That's the trade. Cover your head. Sun beating down on your skull heats your brain. Your brain overheats and you start making the kind of decisions that end badly. Wear a hat. Wet it. Live.
Method 2, the Shade Fortress. Nature's air conditioner made of geometry and desperation. No building, no trees, no problem. You're going to engineer shadow. Find anything that blocks the sun. Tarps, blankets, cardboard, car hoods, whatever. String it up at an angle, not flat. You want air to flow underneath. This isn't a tent, it's a heat chimney. Hot air rises. When you angle your shade, you create a pathway for that hot air to escape upward while cooler air gets pulled in from the sides. It's convection and it's free. Space matters. Don't huddle right under your shade. Leave a gap between you and the material. Air gap means insulation. If you're stuck indoors with no AC, hang wet sheets in doorways and windows. As air passes through, evaporation cools it down. Got aluminum foil? Cover your windows, shiny side out. You're bouncing solar radiation back before it enters your room. Every photon you reflect is heat you don't have to fight.
Shade drops the temperature 10 to 15 degrees. That's the difference between heat stroke and making it through the day. Method 3, the Mylar Shield. Reject the sun like a cheap foil astronaut. You know those shiny emergency blankets that look like oversized candy wrappers? They're not just for hypothermia. Flip the script. Mylar reflects up to 90% of radiant heat. The sun is throwing infrared radiation at you constantly. Normally, that radiation hits your skin, your shelter, and turns into heat. But drape Mylar over your shade structure, shiny side facing the sun, and suddenly you're deflecting that energy back into space. It's a force field made of science and crinkly plastic. Don't have Mylar? Aluminum foil works. Car windshield sunshades work. Tape them up, shiny side out. If you're in a vehicle with no AC, cover every window. You've just turned your death trap into a slightly less deadly oven. The inside temperature can drop 20 degrees. Physics doesn't care what it looks like, neither should you. Method 4, the water bottle cooler. This is bootleg air conditioning at its finest. No electricity? You're going to make cold work for you. If you have access to any cool water at all, a stream, a well, even tap water that's been sitting in shade, you can pull this off. Find a bottle, plastic or metal, and fill it with the coolest water you have. Now wrap that bottle in a damp cloth, a sock, a bandana, anything absorbent. Place it in front of any airflow, a breeze, a manual fan, even just waving cardboard near it. As the water in the cloth evaporates, it pulls heat from the bottle. The bottle stays cold. Press it against your neck, your wrists, your inner thighs. These are pulse points where blood vessels run close to the surface. Cool the blood there, and you're cooling your entire circulatory system. You're a liquid-cooled engine now. No cool water source? Use evaporation differently. Soak a shirt, wring it out so it's damp, not dripping, and wear it. As it dries, it pulls heat from your skin. Re-wet it. Repeat. You're cycling through your body's cooling system manually.
It's crude, it works. That's all that matters.
Method 5, the cardboard fortress. Don't laugh. Cardboard is everywhere, and it's packed with tiny air pockets. That's insulation working both ways. In heat, it's your shield. Flatten out boxes and prop them against windows on the inside. You're blocking direct sunlight from turning your space into a greenhouse. Every ray you stop is heat you don't absorb. Layer cardboard on the floor if you're sitting on hot concrete or asphalt. It creates an air barrier between you and the surface. That's stopping conduction from cooking you from below. If you're in a car, cardboard is survivable. Cover the dashboard, the seats, anywhere the sun hits directly. Metal and plastic absorb heat and radiate it back at you for hours. Cardboard interrupts that cycle. You can even build a small cardboard lean-to outside for extra shade layers. Double walls with an air gap between them. The outer layer bakes in the sun, the inner layer stays cooler because the air gap insulates. It's ugly, it's free. In any city, cardboard is the duct tape of staying cool. Dumpsters are full of it. Use it.
Method 6, go underground. This one's primal. Heat rises, cold sinks. The Earth is a giant heat sink that stays cool below the surface. If you can get below ground level, even partially, you're tapping into natural air conditioning. Basements, parking garages, subway stations, storm drains, anywhere underground stays 10 to 20 degrees cooler than the surface. The ground temperature at just 3 feet down stays relatively constant year-round, around 50 to 60 degrees depending on your location. It's geothermal stability, and it's free. No basement? Dig. Seriously. A shallow trench, even a foot deep, drops the ambient temperature. Sit in it. Lie in it. You're lowering your body closer to that cooler Earth. Ancient cultures built homes partially underground for this exact reason. If you're with other people, stay together but spread out. Don't huddle. Bodies generate heat. Clustering means you're all cooking each other. Space out in the coolest spot you can find. Share information, not body heat. And if you have access to any animal that naturally seeks cool places, follow it.
Dogs dig holes in shade. Cats find the coldest corner. They know. Learn from them. Now, you might be asking why any of this works better than just running an AC. Air conditioning is fragile. It needs electricity. It needs infrastructure that doesn't exist when the grid fails. Your body is a biological cooling system that runs on water, shade, and pure stubbornness. The secret to survival isn't making cold air. The secret is stopping heat from getting in and helping your natural cooling work. You're blocking radiation. You're using evaporation. You're leveraging physics that's been working forever. So the sun beats down, but you're shaded. You're wet. You're underground. Your core holds. No power, no problem. You're surviving on physics, trash, and the stubborn refusal to cook. If you make it to sunset, you didn't get lucky. You won.